Alrighty, well, let's start on our backs today. So come to a lying down position. And we'll start with our knees bent. It's quite bright. I might have to close the curtain. That's a little better so it's not so bright so you can see me. Just in case. Alrighty, so once you're lying down, let's take our hands to our belly. And I want you to just notice the breath as your belly rises and falls. So just simply noticing and becoming aware of your breath. Allow the body to be heavy and just noticing the parts of the body that are connected down to your yoga mat. So your head, shoulders, pelvis, feet. Just a couple more slow breaths here. And then our next inhale, we're going to take a bigger, deeper breath in. Fill belly, fill lungs, and open the mouth to sigh it all out. Then you're going to bring your legs to what we call a tabletop position here. So that maybe you feel even just by lifting your legs here that you have noticed some engagement in your core. So you can keep your hands there for a bit, because what I want you to focus on is keeping your low back and your ribs pressed down to the mat. So your low ribs are knitted in and your whole, or as much of your back as possible, is pressed down into the mat. So we're going to stay here for a bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to take little taps with the foot. So we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, you're going to tap the right foot down to the mat. That's it. Bring it back up. Exhale, tap left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping as much of the low back pressed down onto the mat. Let's do a couple more. Just slowly bring a little bit of activation, a little bit of heat down to the belly center. And then when you're ready, we'll take 2 more taps, or just make sure you finish on your left side so we even them up. Then relax the feet down to the ground, hands to belly, big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Next round, we're going to take our fingers to our temples, and we're going to bring our legs back to that tabletop position. We're going to add in the upper body here with those toe taps. So exactly as we did before, we're going to inhale, exhale, crunch upper, shoulders come off, head comes off, right leg taps. Inhale, lower, back to tabletop. Exhale, lift, tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, lift, back to tabletop. Exhale, lift, toe tap. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Oh yeah, let's see how far we can get the shoulder blades up off the ground. Couple more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Alrighty, last one. Left leg. Lift it up. Oh, and land the feet down. Hands to belly center. Inhale. And let it all go. Exhale. Oh, yes. Good to get the core turned on. From here, we're going to take our hands to the backs of our knees. We're going to press through our heels to slowly lift our shoulders, our head, and then our whole back up off the ground because we're coming to a balanced Navasana position. This is our boat pose. Well done, team. You guys balanced pretty well there. So we're coming balanced. I want spine long, chest broad. And then if you want to add on here, you can float the arms off, keeping the legs in that sort of, again, sort of like tabletop position that we just had. And we'll take 2 breaths here. For the last breath, if you want to add on, you can take the legs all the way up. 1 more breath. And relax down here. I'm going to roll over my ankles, but you can roll around if that's more comfortable. We'll come to our hands and knees position. Awesome. Hands and knees here. Nice and simple. We're going to do a couple of our cat-cows. So with our inhale breath, we drop the belly button down. We lift the head and chest, and we lift the tailbone. Big exhale breath takes us the other direction. So we push the forearm around the upper back. And moving with the breath. Inhale. Drop the belly, take tail and head to the sky. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. In your own time, with your own breath. You might be faster or slower than me. But I want you to really let your breath be the thing that leads you through the movement. So it's not until you get to the very bottom of the exhale and your body, the inhale leads you back around to our cow position. All right, after the last breath, kind of find that middle point between the 2 extremes where the pelvis and the shoulders feel pretty balanced here. We're going to take our right leg behind us, so extend the right leg out, and then take it the right, so we're taking the right toes up and over to the left corner of the back of the mat. So we take it from the right corner over to the left corner. And then you're going to turn your head over your left shoulder to look at your right foot. So we're kind of stretching and opening through the side body, depending on how you feel. This might be really intense or it might not be at all. Yesterday I couldn't feel this one at all, but today, oh yeah, I can feel that for sure. Let's take an inhale and straighten the leg back up. Exhale, we're going to draw that right knee in towards our chest and come to that cat curl again. So we round to the upper back. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, 1 more. Knee all the way into the chest. We round to the upper back like we're doing our cat-cow. And then from here, reset, relax knee down to the mat. Very nice, guys. From here, let's swap over, extending the left leg behind us. So you just straighten the leg out first. The toes are down on the ground here. And then we're taking the left leg over and across to the right side. And then as you take it across, you're kind of turning the head and the upper body over the right shoulder to look down at the foot. Let's take one more breath into that side body. And then nice and slowly, we'll bring it back around and reset. So you're keeping the knee lifted for now though, but it's right behind you again. And then we're going to bring that knee in towards the chest. Take our cat curl through the spine. Draw the knee right on in, right on in, right on in. Send it out. Big inhale breath to extend it out. Exhale. One more, knee into the chest. And resetting both knees down on the mat. We'll take the weight off the hands for a bit here. You can take the knees wide if you want. We're coming to child's pose. So you can come all the way back. Put the hips towards the heels, arms stretched, but just bend the elbows, relax the arms here, relax the chest, relax the head. Oh, alrighty, coming back up, but you're gonna stay on the elbows, so we'll come back up with the body, but coming down onto the elbows. This one is a bit of a tricky one, so we won't be holding it for too long, but it's a really good one to strengthen the shoulders. So you're down on your elbows here, clasp your fingers together, so you're kind of making a triangle. Then we're gonna push the floor and round the upper back. So making that cat shape again. Push, 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 push. Let the head drop, tuck the toes, send the hips high. It's kind of like a downward dog, except you're down on your elbows. So the idea is that you are pushing through the elbows so that there's a long line between the elbows and the pelvis and the hips. Send the hips up and back in the air, long spine. We'll take one more breath. When you're ready, relax it down, knees to the earth. We'll take another child's pose. This time you keep the arms outstretched and we'll sort of rotate the palms up. That's just going to feel nice on the back body to open through that space. Cool. Alrighty, come up on the knees. And just watch me for a second here. I'll show you, I'm just going to show you a couple of options because what we're going to do is we are going to do quite a few step throughs. So sometimes we'll just step through from downward between the hands, and sometimes we'll step through from our three-legged dog. But if the step through is really hard, instead of coming from here, you can just put the knees down and step through with the knees low. So, because even though I've done this literally hundreds of times, so I got the strength and I can do it. This step through is quite hard. So instead of stepping through from downward, you can just lower the knee down and step through. Alrighty, that's an option there anyway. Let's come back up onto the hands. Reset. So we've done a little bit of shoulder work. I'm just trying to think. Maybe you guys went in those classes though. Before we go up into our downward dog, what I want you to do is thinking about the insides of the elbows, the little sort of soft white bit of the elbows is going to rotate around to the front of the mat. So I'll face the camera. So you can see here, they're rotating around that way. You can kind of play a little bit with the shoulder rotation, but the elbows, the insides of the elbows are rotating front and the shoulder blades are going down the back body. So you're sending them down and away from the ears. But anyway, let's see if you've got that rotation. Send the shoulder blades down. Nice and slowly here, tuck the toes, send the hips high. We're in our downward facing dog. Maybe you wanna, we call it walking the dog here. You can bend one knee at a time and sort of lengthen through the backs of the legs. Feels quite nice to kind of wiggle around it a little bit and then just find stillness. And the aim of the game for our downward dog is to find as much length through the spine as possible. So sometimes you end up kind of forward like this, but what I want you to do is send the sit bones up, and back. Let's take one more breath here. All right, and we're going to try that step through. So either big bend in the knees and stepping the right foot to between the hands, or lowering the knees down and stepping the right foot through. If you lower the knees down, we're going to come back up and we're going to step all the way to the top of the mat. So that's our step through to get to the top of the mat. Once we get to the top of the mat, we are going to halfway lift. So it's literally just where you kind of lift, look forward, hands come to the knees, and our spine is kind of long, our shoulder blades are together. And then we're going to exhale, fold, soften, let the head dangle. That's our really soft yin position here in our forward fold. And then we're going to ground through the heels, reaching forward with the hands to come all the way to standing, hands to heart center. Okay, let's take a little pause here. We'll come to Tadasana where our palms are facing forward, our shoulder blades are down the back body, our chest is broad, got a little tuck of the chin, we're grounded through the feet. Let's even close the eyes down. Take a little moment here, just in stillness, just checking in with the body. Maybe you even want to set just an intention for the practice. So it might be that you want to, or an intention for, even something you want to take into the rest of your afternoon. So maybe you want to slow down. Maybe you want to find a little bit more space in the body and in your life. Or maybe you want to build heat and you're going to sort of take everything I say and take the most intense option. Whatever you're looking for, maybe just take your mind to that right now. Take your attention there. Alrighty, nice and slowly, we're going to take a big inhale, hands up above the head again. Exhale, hands to heart center, fold forward, softly with the spine, let the head hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to knees. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Step the right foot long down the mat. Lower the back knee down. That's it. Then we're going to lift the fingertips and hands and reach up to the sky. Good, we're just in a nice low lunge here. We're going to take a couple of breaths here and you can stay up high, or if it feels good in the hips, you might want to sort of slink that front foot forward a little bit to allow you to sink a bit deeper, soften through the hips. Yeah. Alrighty, nice and slowly. Hands are going to come down either side of the front foot. We're going to step the front foot, so lift the back knee first, sorry. And if you can from here, again, we don't have blocks, so it is a little bit hard. You can step through like this with your back knee lifted straight to plank position, or you can keep the back knee low and step through to knees. Either option is totally fine. But even if you step through on your toes, let's lower the knees down. Elbows stay narrow. This is our chaturanga. So we're going to take 3 counts to lower our chaturanga today. So core is nice and warm and turned on. We're going to keep the elbows narrow. We're going to lower for 3 to the ground. 2, 1. That's it. Tops of the feet ground. Inhale. Lifting head and chest up off the ground. Shoulder blades squeeze. Exhale, lower down to the ground. We're going to push back on the knees and come all the way to downward facing dog. Good. Big deep breath in here. Slow, steady exhale. From here, big bend in the knees. And we're going to spring forward with the left foot this time. So remember, you can put the knee down and step through, or just step through with the left. And then step through with the right. Forward fold position. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground to the heels. Inhale, all the way to standing. Exhale, Hastasita. Beautiful, big inhale. You guys are doing awesome. This looks good. I can see you on the camera there, just so you know. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Big inhale breath. Exhale, left foot steps long down the mat. Lower the left knee back. Sorry, lower the left knee down. Inhale, reach away, lunge position here. And again, just like last time, we'll spend just a bit of time here in our lunge. You can sort of slink that front foot forward a bit, maybe to get you, or allow you rather, to get you a bit deeper. The old hips though, they're always the places of sort of tightness, aren't they? All right, one more breath in, take a little lift and lengthen through fingertips. Exhale, hands either side of front foot. This is our transition back here, so you can transition on the toes or transition on the knees. So stay on the knee and step back, or tuck, lift, step back to plank position. From plank, you can stay on the toes here again if you want, or come to the knees for our 3 count lower. So we're lower to the ground, elbows stay narrow for 3, 2, 1. That's it. Inhale, cobra pose, head and chest lift up the ground, shoulder blades squeeze, elbows squeeze into the sides too. And nice and slowly push back on the knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog once again. Big deep breath in, slow, steady exhale. From here, we're going to lower our knees down to the earth, take them wide or keep them narrow, and we'll pause just for a couple of breaths in our downward facing dog. So arms outstretched if that's comfortable for you. Let the head and the chest descend down to the mat. Just relax here. Alrighty, taking a breath here, we're going to come back up to our downward facing dog, just transition ourselves. From here, we're going to spring again. You can always lower your knee down, but we're stepping the right foot through between the hands, so you can lower the knee down and step it through, or step it all the way through in one movement. And then actually, even if you step it through all in one movement, we're going to lower the back knee down anyway. And we're going to stay in our lunge position here, but we're going to rock backwards and forwards. So we're going to take the hips back, lengthening the front foot out into kind of a bit of a runner's hamstring stretch. And then we're going to flow forward back into the lunge position again. That's it. And let's take it with the breath here. So our inhale is our forward lunge position. And our exhale, we send the hips back, soften over. You might not get all the way to straight, wherever you get to. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, send it back. So let's do a couple more. Inhale, forward lunge. Exhale. Good. Alrighty, this time when you're in the forward position, pause. Plant the left hand, open the right hand up to the sky, revolved lunge. So big reach to the sky. Again, I've been really focusing on twisting because it's a pretty good way to not only lubricate the spine, but also to massage and detoxify through the organs. That's a really good one. Let's take our hand behind us. So we're going to kind of reach the back of the mat. And then we're going to take a big circle up and over. Like we're taking a big sort of cricket throw, cricket bat sort of situation maybe. It's got a bowl, cricket bowl. So now we've got both hands planted on the earth once again. We're going to tuck the back toes and lift the knee up off the ground. And then we're going to swivel the heel down. So we're coming to warrior two position. So I think you guys have done warrior two with me before. Swiveling the heel down and windmilling up to warrior two. So I've just turned my sides so that I'm facing you guys and I can see the screen. But we've got our right knee bent. Our left leg is straight. And we've got that sort of right knee about over our ankle. We're nice and straight through the shoulders and the hips. They're kind of facing square on and arms are up from the shoulders. Good. We're going to move with the breath here rather. We're going to turn the top palm, the right palm. It's going to reach up and over to reverse your warrior. This is a reverse warrior. And then we're going to exhale, float the hands and come over to kind of a extended angle, almost extended angle we call it, but my arm is floating out in front. I'm not going to lean down, we're going to float because we're going to keep going. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, float, extended angle. Inhale. Exhale. That's it. Let's go for one more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. This time we're going to inhale. Come to warrior. Straight in the front leg. Don't know about you, but that started getting into my leg. Just there. That. And then we're going to turn both the toes so that we're facing side on. So we're facing the long edge of the mat. Legs are wide. Hands to hips. We're going to inhale. Take shoulder blades together and open the chest. Exhale to fold forward over those wide legs. You can let the hands relax down to the mat if they reach, and let the head hang and be heavy. So this is exactly like our forward fold that we do at the top of the mat, except our legs are wide. Just let it all hang here. And then we're going to take a really big bend in the right knee. So we're going to kind of bend the right knee and kind of move the body and the hands over that way a little bit. Kind of just a nice stretch here for the inside of the left thigh. And then you've got two options with the next move that we're going to do here. You can keep the fingertips on the ground and kind of walk yourself back and forth like this. We're going to kind of float between bending the two legs. The other options, if you want to be a little bit more active, is floating with what I call airplane arms. So the spine is long and the arms are out from the shoulders, and you're looking down at the ground once you've got the move, once you've seen what I'm doing. The shoulder blades are squeezed, and then we're floating backwards and forwards. So the option there is with the arms out like airplane. Oh, we're both going for the airplane arms. Yeah, I like it. Cool. Let's go for a couple more. Little float over, bend into the legs, really flossing into the hip joint as well. Good. Alrighty, next time you're bent into the right knee, you can relax the hands back down to the earth if they reach. And we're going to keep walking around so that we're back into a lunge position. So you should be facing the top of the mat again, just the way that we were facing. So we lift the back heel up, swivel, 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 one hand either side of the front foot. That's it. Cool. And then from here, we're going to do the step back to plank position. So you can, if you can fit here with the hands, because sometimes it's actually just a length thing with the length of your shin and the length of your arm. So it's either a press back to plank position, or it's a knee lower to knee plank position. And then from here, we'll lower the 3 counts on our exhale breath. So exhaling, lowering for 3, 2, 1. Tops of the feet, ground down. Inhale, cobra pose. And then depending on how the body's feeling, you might want to go all the way into your upward dog. Well done, team. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Epic. Doing so well. Alrighty, from here we're going to step the left foot through. So you can either bend the knees, spring the left foot between the hands, or remember you can lower the knees down, step through with the left foot. From here we just stay low with the hands and with our body. We're going to take those rock backs and forward. Yeah, so we kind of rock back as if we're doing that sort of hamstring stretch, rock forward. And then when you're ready to move with the breath, you're sort of inhaling in your forward lunge position. Exhale, take it back. Inhale. Exhale. With the breath, one more time. And then we'll finish in the forward lunge position. Just stay where you are, guys. I'm going to switch myself over so I can see you. Then we're gonna lift the back knee up. So we're in our high lunge. Swivel the back heel down. Windmill up. Warrior 2 position. Oh, well done. Lots of maneuvering today. So left leg, nice big bend. Right leg stays straight. Kind of square with the shoulders and the hips to the side of the mat. And arms are out. And then we're gonna keep everything solid through the legs. The legs aren't actually really gonna move. We're gonna keep that knee nice and bent the whole time as we do that little rock forward and rock back. So it's our reverse warrior first. Left hand to the sky. Exhale, breath takes us over. We float the arms, right fingertips reach. And inhale, reverse. Exhale. Go a couple more like that. This is probably like as simple as this is, I reckon there's so much going on. Like you're kind of getting some hip opening here, you're getting some strengthening in your left leg, you're getting some side body opening, and you're getting some side body strengthening. Like this really does. And you're moving with the breath. Lovely. Okay, well, let's do the last one there. Wherever you are, coming back to the horizon with the arms. Straightening the left leg. We're going to swivel the toes so they're both facing the side of the mat. Good. All right, and we're just going to forward fold here first off. So shoulder blades roll back and down, chest opens. And let's fold it over, forward. You can take hands to the ground. Make sure that the back of the neck is totally relaxed. No tension in the back of the neck. Oh, Okay, we're going to bend into our left leg and maybe take the upper body over towards the left a little bit, walk the hands over a little bit, just softening and opening through the right inner thigh. And then from here, remember, you can take the option where you're floating and just walking the hands from side to side, or you want to take the airplane arms. So the arms are straight out from the shoulders. The shoulder blades are engaged. The spine is long. The chin is tucked a little, and we are floating, bending one leg at a time, back and forth. Oh, yeah, back body. Those muscles between the shoulder blades are quite often sort of lax, like they don't work very well especially when we're driving or we're sitting at a computer for a lot. They get really relaxed. So we are going to turn them on today, that's for sure. All right, next time we're going to be finished at your left leg. So bend the left leg. You can relax the hands down now. And walking your hands around to what should be the top of the mat, I think. I actually can't remember now where we are. I feel like I've changed so many times now. But anyway, one hand either side of the left foot at the front. And we're stepping back to plank position here, so you can keep the back knee lifted, step straight back, or you can lower those knees to take your transition. And then we're on our knees or our toes for 3 count lower. We'll lower for 3, 2, elbows narrow, 1. Tops the feet. Inhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Squeeze the elbows. You can take upward dog. And we'll take it back. Pushing it back. Downward facing dog. Big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. Nice and slowly here. I'm going to relax the knees down to the earth. And we will come to our child's pose here for a little pause. 2 or 3 breaths. Make them nice and slow, nice and steady. Alrighty, you can come up to a seated position again. And Karen, you might want to grab your pillow if you've got that nearby. We'll be seated in different various positions here for a bit, but it's kind of nice to be sitting on something. So we're going to take our left leg out in front of us. And then our right leg is going to come over the top. So it kind of switches over the left around the knee. And then hands just in front of the knee here. You're kind of, the light keeps getting terribly, sorry. Oh, you can still see me. I keep getting a bit dark because of the right sun coming up. Now that we're sitting on the ground, we can get out of this. Okay, so left leg front, right leg over the top. We're going to use our hands to kind of draw us up and lift. And then we're going to we'll leave our left hand there. We're going to take our right hand behind us. And we're going to twist around the corner towards that knee. But the idea is that we're kind of using that knee to keep the spine long as we twist. So you can see it's almost harder to twist when we're slouched. So you want to make sure that you're really lifted through the spine, through the chest as you turn around the corner. So you can turn the head all the way over the right shoulder if it gets there. And then we're going to come back around to the front. I think you guys will probably be all good with this one, but what we're going to do is we're going to bend the left leg, the underneath leg in, so that they're kind of crossed and bent at the same time. If that is too much on the hips, just keep the bottom leg extended out. Good. And then we're going to do the exact same. So, but this time we'll take the left hand to the sky and we'll cross the elbow across the knee. So we're going to use the elbow to knee to traction ourselves around. The right hand can turn, can come to the low back to turn you around the corner. Good, we'll come back round. Oh, some good twisting done. So we're kind of going to unravel here. We're going to keep the left leg extended out again. And the right leg's still going to be bent, but this time it's kind of bent with the sole of the foot on the inner thigh, like that. You make a sort of L shape. And then we're going to take one hand either side of the leg, keeping your shoulders nice and square, and we're going to fold ourselves over that front leg. So you can allow the spine to be nice and soft here. We're kind of just releasing through the back side of the body, releasing through the back side of the leg. Alrighty, nice and slowly coming back up again. We'll take the weight behind you and just sort of lean on your hands, and then knees are bent, feet are quite wide, and just little windscreen wipers here with the legs. So this is kind of just a nice little way to get the blood moving through the hips again. If the hips got a bit tight in those little tangled positions. I just realized I'm not actually mirroring you, so I'm just doing my normal lefts and rights, but I hope that's not too confusing. We're going to take, this time, the right leg out in front. Cross over at the knee. Good, so kind of holding on to that knee in order to keep us lifted and tall through the spine. And then we can take left hand to the low back and kind of use that knee to pass around the corner. Twisting out the body. Good, alrighty. Back to the middle. We're going to rearrange ourselves and get a little bit deeper into that twist. So we're going to bend the underneath leg. The idea when you come back to this position here with the legs kind of in a strange cross is that you've still got both sit bones on the ground, or you can have both sit bones up on your pillow if you've got one. So this time we'll take, it'll be your right hand to the sky. We're going to exhale, take the elbow to knee if it reaches, and maybe just using that elbow knee connection to just traction you around. Traction you around the corner a little bit. Turning the head over the left shoulder. Big inhale breath. Bring you back round to the middle. We'll unravel ourselves. So right leg extended out still, left side of the foot to the inner thigh, one hand either side, and we are folding forward. Let the back side of the body soften. Let the head relax. Ready? Inhaling back up to seated. We'll take those little windscreen wipers, so hands can come back behind you, weight can kind of lean on them a bit, and just taking both knees one direction, both knees other direction. Alrighty, time to get down onto our back once again. And we'll just pause in the position that we started with for a moment here. So knees bent, hands to belly, just pausing, just noticing how the body feels. And then we're just going to gently draw both knees in towards our chest, give them a really good hug, and maybe rock a little side to side on your low back, on your pressing, sort of massaging out your adrenals and your kidneys there. And then you can stay here and sort of just grab one knee in each hand and kind of pulling the knees out towards the armpits a little bit. That sort of makes sense. And that might feel good. You can stay there, or you can sort of take a hold of the feet or the ankles for happy baby. So taking the knees wide is kind of the nice sort of starter. See how the hips are feeling, and then take a hold of the feet, sort of drawing the knees in towards the armpits here with happy baby. And again, it might feel good to keep rocking and rolling, massaging out the back. And then when you're ready, we will transition here through a little Baddha-Konasana. So the soles of the feet come together, knees are wide, just for maybe 1 or 2 breaths before you lengthen the legs out for Shavasana. So just sort of taking the body through any last movements that feel good. And then when you're ready, we'll lengthen the legs all the way up along the mat. Take the hands to beside your side, or maybe keeping them on the belly, whatever feels good. And just allowing the body to be soft and relaxed here. So let yourself be really heavy. Let yourself be really supported by the ground. And just let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. It's one of those days where there might be quite a lot that your mind is trying to make sense of or trying to sort of navigate. So just notice it. Notice where your mind is going to, where those thoughts are coming from, or where they and maybe the emotions that are coming up because of those thoughts. On your next inhale breath, let's take a bigger, deeper breath in. Really fill the belly, fill the lungs up, and open the mouth to sigh it all out. Maybe bring a little bit of wiggling through fingers and the toes. Slowly drawing your knees in towards your chest. Rolling over onto your right side. You can pause here on your side in this kind of fetal position. And then when you're ready, slowly making your way back to a seated position. Oh, thank you both for joining me today. I hope it felt good to kind of move the body a little bit. And yeah, if you've got any questions or comments or feedback or thoughts about the class or even the timetable going forward and things like that, we'll definitely be asking your guys' opinion for next week, depending on what happens. So yeah, but awesome to have you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel good in a little yoga bubble now.
Yeah, I know. It's like that sort of little shavasana, like just everything feels good after that, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
It was good to have that email because it prompts you.
Oh
Yeah.
the one I literally just sent 10 minutes ago, or the one I sent maybe an hour ago?
The one that you sent about an hour ago.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, well, because I've started putting the recordings up, and so I thought I would just make sure people that can't make the times that we've been doing can still see that they've they can come to that one. So Alana's workout from this morning is up there now. If you guys wanted something a little high intensity for tomorrow, or join live, because it is more fun to join live. But yeah, there's always that recording option as well.
Yeah, and I think too, because like for me, I mean, I chuck away my watch and all the rest of it, but I mean, there'll be other people that are like me too, that are just, you respond in the time, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I find it really hard, even myself, like to do other people's recordings, but if I'm meeting somebody live, it feels a little bit more like real life, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.